Smells good in there, Corey. Smells like a bakery.
Yeah. Make me hungry.
I called him and said, you want to office? I said, "No." I was thinking he had one to do.
I'll clean it.
My house is one.
Recording instead of the louder.
Yeah, you don't have to
Are
ring.
you recording now?
I'll go ahead and call this to order. Before Hughes on here, David Wise,
You hear Dave?
What?
you there?
I'm here.
Tricia Law, William Amy,
Here.
Tammy Green,
Here.
Lisa Hobbs,
Here.
and Brian Frank.
Yep.
You got a bunch of stuff's handed out, so we'll give you a few minutes to look at that if you have any questions. And I keep starting on the rest of the stuff.
We're just doing a reading tonight, correct? So we can take this one.
This is just a public hearing.
So we
Right,
can- So we get to take this and read it later.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes.
We were gonna have one public hearing,
Yeah. So Corey, do what you need to do inside your regular meeting.
Okay.
Close it, take a motion to close that regular meeting, take a motion to open the public hearing, and take a motion to close it when everybody's done with the public hearing part. Then you can reopen your own meeting.
Okay. We would like to have a regular meeting. Here is last month's meeting minutes.
Taco Bell.
so I'll make a motion that we accept them on this meeting.
I have a motion
I'll second.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Here, what,
You got a copy of that with your budget one, didn't you?
this one?
It's on the very last page.
I know, I give it to him. I gave him mine, I think, the only thing I had. Okay, there's, sorry, there's that first. Sign all that. Emailed out the SOPs and SOGs, that's the top thing on my list. And I have a copy if anybody wants to look at them again.
You emailed them to us?
Yes,
Okay.
so,
So to clarify, the SOPs are for the fire department as a whole, and the SOGs were for the ambulance.
No. The SOPs and procedures and any other guidelines.
yeah.
But
yeah.
the ones that we sent out were these SOPs and then the SOGs for the ambulance. I did not send out the SOP for the fire department.
We can send them without the ambulance, we're done with them. Are we?
If they were sent out.
'Cause that was the second email. But yeah, you have 2 emails. Those are just to look at, those will have to be
So what, we got the fire department SOGs,
SOPs.
fees.
SOPs, procedures.
Which is what, yeah. Which is what that was. Short notice, if you want another month, to be able to go through that and read it. These haven't changed since they were adopted in 2015 with Steve
Terry, Patty.
and Dave were the ones that had signed on it. So, if you wanna hold off on signing those, I understand. Was way short notice. I tried to tell them that wasn't enough time.
We need to be signed, but then we need to, like me and you discussed,
They are gonna be, these are just to make sure we have a signed copy. They are gonna, the chief wants to start it in January. I think they need to start it before that, but going through them all line at a time, updating, because they're 10 years old, so I'm sure there's a lot of wording and a lot of things in here that's not what it should be, so we wanna update all that. And like I tried to convince those guys back there, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, we just have to make sure this is up to date and right. Make sure it's our apparatus that's stated in here, which things to go and what things should be done, so, but that's what that is. I would understand 100% if everyone wants to sign it, if you want another month to look at it.
How hard, I know this sounds silly, but it's hard to read on, it's hard to read on phone.
I can make.
Can you make copies?
We can print copies.
Yeah, that'd be great, easier to read.
Hey,
And mark,
Mm-hmm.
and like mark on it.
Yeah. Well, we just trying to get it out,
Yeah, I gotta get these.
we have a member that's playing some sort of game with them because we haven't been, they haven't been updated. They've actually, 2 members, an ex-member and a member have actually contacted the state and the lieutenant governor about safety followings and procedures and stuff in that book that haven't been updated, so that we weren't taking the time to deal with them and that we wouldn't sit down and do them. And instead of them saying, hey, I'm free tonight, can we?
I think what he's done is he has a copy.
Yes.
We're not doing something that is in the copy, the old copy, because it's a new this is a relatively
Well,
new
why don't they
station.
bring it up instead of running
That's not how this
tattletale?
works. With
Yep.
the-
And as an ex-member, they don't have any,
One
they don't
is,
have any
well, he
business
started
anyway.
it. He started it, and the other one that's still here is pushing it through, still complaining.
That part of it sometimes, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But Patty.
I'm glad we have nice little ambulance people.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the fire department people at all. You can roll your eyes all you want, but you ever been in a burning building?
No, I haven't, but my father and my husband was on that volunteer fire department for years.
And so was I.
I'm not gonna tell anything about it.
Well, the sad, I guess the thing that's frustrating to Patty is, instead of coming and discussing.
Coming to the council.
Instead
Instead of coming here to the trustee and the council, we have to run a tattletale.
Yeah, that's what, and I agree with you 100%, but there are a lot of people who will not, who don't do this job because they love doing the job like Buford did. And a lot of us love doing the job. There's other ones that just wanna continue to be sure, but there are rules in place of how we can get rid of them and keep them on. And this guy's pushing every button there is. And I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but, you know, both sides, I mean, it's going well. In my opinion, it's going well. Trucks are getting out the door. We just got a flying ointment. And
Get the fly swatter.
and he wants more of this stuff to look at, and he doesn't care about getting on the end of a hose or a pair of tools. And in my opinion only,
So he's not good at even showing up to go to a fire.
I don't know about his response.
It's hit.
He goes.
It's hit and miss, it just depends on,
It just seems to be very critical of everything we try to do. When we build something up, I feel like he tries to knock us back. There are people out there that are unhappy.
Are many of the interim residents?
This person in general. And you mix them with that many personalities, and it seems to,
It goes back to one bad apple runs the bunch.
we had a beautiful picnic the other day. Beautiful. Had a good time, everybody had a good time. A lot of people were, that was something, this person showed up, and I'll tell him this, babe, not very gonna talk to you, but that he would throw a wrench in the thing, and that's what he does, he's a wrench thrower. So now he's picking on Court. He's coming at Amy a lot. He goes at Michael a lot. He came at me at the beginning of that meeting. But these two have been struggling. Yeah, we never had to have it. We had an attorney to ask him just legal advice on documents generally. We didn't have to ask him about actual litigation against the department or things like that. And, I don't think some people's hearts are in that
it's
way.
still your confidence, sorry.
But it's changed so much.
Yeah. But we're trying, we're
Buford
working
never
through it.
got a dime.
Pardon?
Buford never got a dime. He probably spent money out of his own pocket like I did and others did.
Yeah, I can remember my dad in welding on those pumpers and making pumpers for the fire department.
What was his name?
It goes way back, villages.
So Evan did a presentation, so, of the whole fire department, pictures and stuff. My son.
They're getting old.
Good.
Who?
You.
That's right through this. We are, along that same line, we're working on a new employee handbook. Once Amy and I get through it, we'll present it to the department, put it under read it, see if they like it. If they like it, if there are any changes, then we'll bring it to you guys, and that way you guys can have time to read it, approve or deny it. We can kind of go from there. It is a Mooresville Fire Department's ambulance handbook.
We got it from our attorney.
Our insurance agent is one of their head people on their board. So she was nice enough to share it with us, so we don't have to start from scratch. We've been going through a change of wording, adding our name. So far, it's pretty
Is
good.
it up to date?
Yes. Yeah. They have a committee that does it all year long.
Okay.
They're paid and volunteer. They're like 90% paid. 10% that just show up to army trucks and then the trucks. Pretty good deal. And they stay on it. The other building, we finally come to a head on, with the attorneys. I should have a rental agreement in my hand this week, to be able to, read through it. But it's been going on since May. They still want to rent it, so.
I need to go out there and get it.
Lighting and everything should be updated this weekend, so that part of it will be done. The doors are all fixed.
We haven't taken any of the old contents out
Nothing
yet.
has come out of it yet, because I want to make sure that
We didn't
he was gonna do something with it before we decided what we're gonna do with all the messes in there.
There's not been that much though anymore, is there?
Maybe upstairs. All upstairs is
Two
full.
pieces of fiber.
That ambulance, I went to pick it up 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? Anyway, was not what we ordered. None of it was right. They billed it off of the quote, that he sent in March, I believe, instead of the signed purchase agreement. So it didn't have, it was the wrong color, it didn't have the sirens we wanted, it didn't have the lighting we wanted, it didn't have a couple other things that were, the air conditioner, didn't have the secondary air conditioner, but it was
I didn't even know they built them without it.
yeah. So that was a big thing, and so it's back on order.
Start from scratch.
Yep, start over again. Just a heads up with that. I have talked to the insurance, because the bank demanded that we had insurance on it before we got it. So they're gonna backdate it 7 weeks from me, or 7 weeks, 7 days from when I contacted Mama about canceling it, because she said it was insured for before and during the build. Didn't make any sense to me, but okay. So we'll have a little bit of that chunk of insurance to still pay instead of the $3,900 it was, so hopefully it'll just be a few hundred.
So we're paying insurance on a week, and Lana
We
didn't,
sure were.
and Lana didn't back off on it?
And we had to have the insurance in order to get the loan.
Oh,
The bank wouldn't finalize the
There's a
loan and
nice
give us the
little
money
button when you-
without, but now that he knows we don't have it, they're okay with it. So I'm totally lost with that whole ordeal, so it's been a nightmare.
What does Lana say, that she's canceling?
Yeah, cause like the power load and all those other hand stuff that we got to put in it is covered in the building for, and the marine stuff. So it's covered regardless, so we'll back it out till we get an actual delivery date, and then we'll put it back on. So that,
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, they were very apologetic, and when you go to pick up a white ambulance and it's bright red, you kind of,
Well, that's not mine.
yeah, they could say, yeah, it's yours. No, it's not. So, township assistance wise, we're up to 38 total. Just kind of jumping around here on my notes, sorry. Last meeting, we talked about life packs, and you guys give me approval to buy the 2 new ones. I have since, talked to the Stryker rep, and instead of spending $80,367, we're gonna get 2 refurbished ones that are, could be 2 or 3 years old for $38,097.80. They will have all the accessories, everything we need. All we have to do is put them in the bus to use them. They'll even come with a 4-year service contract.
So there is a warranty.
With those, it was a 4-year. With the new one, it was a 1 year for almost 80, a little over 80,000. So it saved us $42,000, and not trading the old ones in to Stryker. They only wanted to give us $4,000. PennCare offered me $10,000. So we're trading them into PennCare. They will give us a $10,000 credit to spend on medical supplies, which is where we buy all our medical supplies anyway. So that gained us $6,000, for sake of argument, credit over what they were gonna give us. So I thought that was a better deal. So in essence, we're only giving $28,000 for those, which will help our budget, which we're struggling with for the ambulance anyway.
Good deal.
We originally purchased those through PennCare, right? So they
Correct.
know what they're getting back.
Yeah. And they were 16,000 a piece only.
And you feel comfortable with that getting the used ones and everything?
Yeah, I brought it to Brian, Kyle, and Clayton. And I didn't wanna make that decision because you guys said we could buy the new ones, but I felt like $42,000 is a humongous savings. I took it to Brian first because he was here, and he's like, well, let's call. So he called Clayton and Kyle, and they're like, yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. Save the township some money, and
I agree.
especially with the 4-year service contract, and they'll come to us and work on them, where the other ones, we had to mail them in.
And that's included in the cost?
Correct. For the $38,097, so I kinda felt that was a win for us, take them when we can get them. Also, last month, we talked about, the driveway, parking lot. I did finally, after I called, finally got through it to them today. Harless and Sons sent me another estimate. So the first people were Ferris Trucking out of Noblesville, I believe.
Cicero, isn't it?
Cicero, yeah, we didn't have that address on there. But the first estimate to redo that whole parking lot section, and I think it was, I'm not sure, yeah, striping,
Was included, you said?
and striping installed as before, yeah, I thought it was. Ferris was $25,000, $24,900 to redo the whole front. If you notice to see that, sorry. Harless and Sons do the same thing, I'd have to subtract, they put tax on it, but with the tax in it, it's $45,838.80.
Oh, that's a big,
Yeah, $21,000 difference in price,
is this to do the whole thing?
just the blacktop.
Just what's already black?
Yeah, just the blacktop. So those are two that we've gotten. The other guy never has called me back.
And they are a bonded company, I'm sure, and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, so.
that's all they, I mean, that's a trucking company. This guy did a lot of stuff for Elwood. They did the new pool and streets, right?
You're doing streets right now.
Well, you dealt with them before, and you have first. And you're not-
I've seen Harlow's work also, so he does good work, but $21,000 is a lot of money to swallow for the same job.
All I'm saying is it's a small job for some of these big companies.
Companies,
Yes,
right.
right.
So
Well,
they're trying to get with you.
I do know E&B just to fix the approach, and I think it was like 6 or 8 feet in was $16,000. That's all they were fixing, to get rid of that. Felt like your teeth are gonna fall out of your head when you pull in the driveway. So, if you guys would like for me to move forward with that, I guess I need a motion in a second.
Make a motion to move forward on
With Ferris,
Yeah, right, sorry. My suggestion would be to move forward with Ferris, if they can do it this year. The other company told me they have, 2 dates open the rest of the year, and then it will be next year. So I have emailed Ferris to find out if or when they can do it this year, so it may still have to be tabled for next year. So,
I'll second the motion.
got a motion and a second, all in favor? Opposed? Yeah, we're good.
You have a sticker big enough for these? It's got the big one, I think.
Hey, thank you, thank that. Here is, I don't know, I think I've always printed it, but never thought about bringing it. This is the ambulance report for billing, if anybody wants to kind of look at that. This one kind of, I think one of them shows,
Did I get turned into building collections yet?
no, yours was taken care of, I forgot to call you.
Okay, thank you.
Yours was taken care of way before you even said something about
I
it.
didn't know it, you're my court credits.
One of the, okay, there it is. So this third page says transport, community hospital, these are the places where we went. Community, Riverview, and St. Vincent, and these are all the charges that were, accrued for those, 13 runs, 84 total miles, we billed $14,772. Now that's not what we'll get,
And that's your beginning of
that is just for August. So that's August 1st to August 31st. So this one tells it by date. This is what they're estimating, what we billed, what we got, what they adjusted out, or,
Thank you.
makes no sense, but
So,
I would think payment totals would be the same, but, so this page shows bad debt, basically what we wrote off for the year, and how much money we brought in. Some of the bad debt, they will go after if it's not, Medicare, Medicaid, I can't say the word. So if we bill, say if we bill $1,000 and they only pay 300, that's all we get.
Yeah.
We can't bill anymore. So that's just a not, kind of an eye opener, a thing, what they do. This one,
are we looking into the future about non-residents?
we already do non-residents.
Okay.
It's in their, as long as they select it when they do their, report.
Okay.
And once like that, and I thought I would share that with you just in case, because I always talk about it, but first time I've not. First time I had it printed out, I guess. Kind of interesting information, and I asked her about some of the bad debt, are we actually going after that? And some of it we can because it's over and above, as long as it's not Medicare, Medicaid.
yeah,
We can they'll go after it for us. they take a percentage of it,
This is just a
and whatever they did.
This is just,
we get the rest
do you
of it.
need it? No, that's for next meeting.
I haven't, because Brian and I had talked about it and trying to figure out why we write so much off, and that's why most of the write-off is Medicare, Medicaid. So we still, big chunk of money for the year already, I think, or we got brought in $75,000.
I would say 90% of what we do is Medicare or Medicaid.
That's
In
what I remember.
one way or another.
So large. Yeah, anybody on Social Security, whether they're 10 or 90, they're on Medicare or Medicaid, so.
And unfortunately, I've had two this month that didn't have insurance, so.
Yeah, what we get if anything.
Nothing.
Those are the ones they go after.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could really run you to ground on that one.
Yeah.
So these are, you guys, for ambulance, and this is fire, and we're just doing, okay. You guys, so we're, did they only want the procedures or guidelines and procedures?
Well, for this, what's immediately needed is the procedures.
This is for me to explain, but I wanna
So
go
I
back.
just didn't want, so this is.
That's tonight.
And I do have the fire guidelines in here, but.
This would be smaller.
The ambulance one, we just got something put together just to have something in place, and then it will be rolled out next week. So everybody has a copy of that. So that's not anything that needs to be technically signed right now. They may blow it out of the water back there, I don't know, just so we can get something
Yeah, the
in place and something going.
operating guidelines, just the sections of that are safety, communications, vehicle operations, NIMS, ICS staging, fireground so what we're really dealing with is more personnel issues, and so
Mhm.
that's where the procedures are what's,
Well, procedures give you wiggle room.
yes.
Guidelines are black and white.
Well, guidelines don't have anything to do with personnel, they're only operations.
No, that's correct.
Yes.
Right?
I think you got it backwards.
Nope.
Procedure is black and white, a guideline is,
Wiggle room.
Yes, I did that. Thank
Yeah.
you, Brian. Thank you. And we both,
I am not a control freak.
you're right, I mean, that only makes sense.
Don't forget. So if you get me, it's on video. So this next one, I'm gonna have to rely on Lisa to help me, but this is what we advertised. And I'll read this, if that helps, and I'll get it, we don't have a number for it yet. So, I'll just read this in real quick. So it's additional appropriations resolution or ordinance 2025, and then we'll find out what the number is for it. Whereas it has been determined that it is necessary to appropriate more money than was originally appropriated in the annual budget. Now therefore, section 1, be it ordained, resolved by the Lafayette Township Advisory Board of Lafayette Township in Madison County, Indiana, that for expenses of the taxing unit, the following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the fund named and for the purposes specified, subject to law governing the same. But adopted today's date, 9th day of September 2025. So we were requesting $47,000 out of the general fund to go into the general fund for other services and charges, and 153 to they're the same fund, same general fund, but they're different line items, for $153,000 for machinery and equipment. We are, I meant to get that number before we started. The last time I looked, we were almost $3,000 in the red on ambulance. Other, which is our med bill, which is this, our medic fees. Like I said, ambulance fees are almost $3,000 right now in the negative, for that fund. I mean, it's there, but, so that's what that was for. Should wrote that down, put it there, what else we
Okay,
get
so-
out of that one.
So, let's back up a little bit. The state said, I'll go over here so you all ain't turning around backwards. The state said that all townships have to, adopt a capital improvement plan. And in that capital improvement plan, they also said that we have to transfer so much to township roads. You're sitting with, and this is only in the unrestricted fund, your fire fund, your EMS, your cube fund, those are all restricted funds. You can only purchase certain items out of them. So your unrestricted fund is your rainy day fund and your township fund. Being that the state said that all lit money will go into the general fund, was where we had to put it, the township general fund grew with a large balance. I believe it's sitting at about $540,000 right now.
Somewhere over there. Oh, sorry, I had it right here with my arm. What are you looking for, rainy day?
No, 463,000. But projected for the rest of the year through our budget cycle, next year we were gonna, at the end of 2026, we would end up with $542,000 balance. So I said, Corey, let's think about some of the things that we have. We have air packs we're paying for. Let's pay them off. Let's take that balance down, let's pay them off. Let's think about, we need money to make the EMS side sound. You can pay for fire and EMS out of the general fund. So let's appropriate some of that money, which takes it down even more. Because at the end of 2026, we're gonna have to transfer 30% of that money into a township road fund. That's what they're calling it.
What,
30% of our,
Yes.
of that fund, so we
What's-
gotta disperse that fund.
what we're gonna use that money for? How we're gonna spend it?
Well, so my understanding is, if, the county sees fit, they will submit some projects to us and we will help fund the roads. Totally asinine, and I like the look on your face, cause that's where I went, what?
Patty right there with us.
So, that's, now listen, I will say this,
Is
I've
that written in
been,
stone
Yeah, it's a law.
it's a law.
from Madison County?
No, that's from the DLGF.
Just
It's
like
a
there's
state-
always-
July 1st.
It came into effect July 1st. From the state. So, I've been reading on this, and at first when they said that capital improvement plan, I'm like, oh hell, we don't do that.
Well, we would be.
Well, hell yeah, we are.
Cause if not, they're gonna come in and take 30.
Right, so-
We're trying to get that down, so there is.
So, yeah, so I've been working on it, and I've been working with Jeff Graham, which is the township attorney, and I said, Jeff, look at this. If we spend that funding down, that's less funding to go to that. Now, in saying that, we have to approve that amount for the roads. I mean, we have, if they want us to pay, we have to approve it. Okay? At first it's like, we're gonna do what with it?
So we have to approve it? I mean, they're just gonna take it, in other words.
Well, it's gonna, we're gonna be in control of it. They're gonna have to submit it, but in the end, you know where that's going. So we've got two funds, the rainy day fund, and we've got the township fund. So I said, Corey, let's not have them debt on them air packs. Let's pay them off. We need money to run the ambulance side of it. Not that we don't have funds, but why are we gonna give funds to something when we need it right here? So my suggestion to him was, let's appropriate $200,000, then get the appropriation through, we can transfer it around to where we need it. And then we are gonna have to have a special meeting in Corey's gonna have to publicize this 10 days after the publication before September 30th. So,
This physical year?
of this
Yeah, this
physical
month.
year, this month, Corey's going to get this notice to taxpayers that we are adopting a capital improvement plan in a paper. So tonight before we leave, we have to pick a date to come back. It's gonna be a 5 or 10 minute meeting, that's all it is.
And just to cover that. that's
Just
pretty-
to cover this, and we will get you copies of this so you guys can see what it's all about. Also, when I gave you your budget, I gave you another plan that says transfer. This is another means of taking that down, because with this plan, we also have to do a 3-year capital improvement project plan. We've gotta lay one out. We're working on that right now, okay? We will bring it to you at the next meeting. We can change it, but this has to be adopted first. The second thing was, let's say we want a grass truck. We put in our capital improvement plan, we want we wanna save $100,000 in 2027, $100,000 in 2028. Right, here's your savings. We move it out of the general fund into the township cume fund, then it becomes what?
Ours.
It doesn't, it's not it's not a non-restricted fund, it's a restricted fund. So I had the attorney go through all that, and he's like, yep, you're thinking right.
But he already,
So, this is something that the state is doing. We have to abide by the plan. Do I agree with it? No. Do I agree that you have bodies who have been physically responsible for every penny and only spent when needed to be spent, now we're being punished? That's kinda how I feel about it. You're not it's every township in the state, every township. So it kinda puts them behind the 8 ball, but it's like, if we can justifiably say, we need to use that money and we're not hiding it, which we're not. Corey's got bids on, truck, engine truck, grass truck, whatever they may need. Here's the plan to start getting the funding for that. Then, every year we have to, in the worksheet that I've been working on, we have to say, okay, well, we're gonna get $90,000 for this fund. We're gonna set aside 7,000 of it to continue to build on this. So it's just, they're asking us, because there are some townships that just keep letting funds build and build and build, and not because they're trying to be, the bank's best friend, because they're being physically responsible for what they're doing. So, I've been working on this, I've spent more hours on this than I care to admit, because I'm not the brightest bulb in the tree, but when it finally clicks, cause I called Corey and go, I think I got it. So, this will be coming next month, at the special meeting. We have to advertise it, this plan. Now, there'll be coming some transfers with this transfer with it. It's not an additional appropriation, it's just a transfer, so it can be done in a meeting. Patty, you don't have to advertise transfers, but this is the way to do it. When I first started looking into our cash,
Glad everybody's sitting down.
it was talking about putting $100,000 into that, and I'm like, what? So I started thinking, okay, we're gonna reduce it by $200,000. Projection with all the lit money coming in for next year, we can transfer this $200,000 into the King Fund. It's not appropriated, so we can't spend it. It's the way to move to the next step to get the equipment that the guys need. And not have to borrow. So it's kind of a pain in the rear. I'll be nice
is
about it.
that money designated for Madison County?
What money?
Money that they're gonna, actually take for us for roads
Well,
and.
they're not taking it, but they're telling you where you gotta put it, what you gotta use it for. So, they can't come in and say, well, we're gonna pave 200 north on the north side of 28. Does that run that way?
No.
No. West, west, yeah, I had to think. On the other side of 28, it has to be roads within our township. Now, Patty, correct me if I'm wrong. Every road in Madison County is on what for the county? It's on a road list. We collect taxes for that, do we not? Isn't it called the MVH fund and all that?
And they're sitting pretty good right now.
So, it's not that we're gonna physically lose that money, but they're restricted on what we can do with it. So, my thing is, we know that we need equipment out here. This fire department hopefully is here for many, many, many years. And you get the equipment that you need to continue to protect the citizens of Lafayette Township. And this, to me, is a way to keep the money in something. But just because if a fireman says, oh, well, we got $200,000 in the Q fund, it's there, it's not appropriated, so it can't be spent until this board appropriates that money. And it's not, we're trying to keep it from using it we're trying to safeguard our future plans in the capital improvement plan that they've asked us to adopt. That's my spiel.
Okay, so you said we have to have the meeting at least 10 days after you get it posted, but it has to be before September 30th.
Yeah, so
which is
Corey?
this month.
You're going to get this done ASAP into the paper. We're gonna type a notice to taxpayers that we are adopting a capital improvement plan, and it's gonna be heard on this date, so I need a calendar.
So how about September 23rd is a Tuesday, and it'll be at least 10 days after, but before September 30th. It's the last Tuesday before the
If I didn't
30th.
get the paper before Thursday,
How do you do that off the top of your head?
we already looked at this
Oh.
calendar.
So, Corey, if you can get this into the paper Thursday or Friday of this week, you can do that. If not, you know, I hate to say this, but you could move it to a Friday.
I'd like to do it on Wednesday. Tuesdays are hard for me.
He has football games on
It don't matter to me.
Okay.
Well,
I only have 2 meetings this month that I won't be here, but yeah, I mean, you guys can handle it without me. But, so the 17th and the 25th, I will be back the 24th in the evening. I've gotta go away the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That class ends at, noon, however long it takes me to get back from Belterra. You know, so the 24th will work. And I'm not going there to gamble. I don't put money in them machines, I work too hard.
Me either.
so does Wednesday the 24th work for everybody?
Wednesday, 24th of September, yes.
Good.
Fine.
Fine.
What day is that on?
Wednesday.
Wednesday the 24th. We're trying to get that, just trying to get that in.
Yeah, so before we leave, we have
Trying to
to
get that
do
sent
a
tonight.
notice, we have to do a shorter version, we're not paying for this. We're doing a notice to taxpayers that
Yeah.
the township is adopting the advisory board is,
I think we have a template that's already saved for the paper for notice to taxpayers. I think.
yeah, yeah.
We still
So
need to do something with this one.
the additional appropriation was advertised for tonight, so that's my thinking on the additional appropriation. Let's get these funds where they need to be. Corey and I went over it. I don't know what your thoughts on it, but now, we
okay.
pass it, then I have to send it in to the state for the final approval for the additional appropriation. So we're not gonna go start spending that money tomorrow. We have to wait for the approval to come back. Well,
All right.
Steve would just have a fit
Never
with me.
having that.
Steve?
Well, kind of to piggyback what she was talking about, when I made the air pack payment in June, I think it was either June first or July first, our interest on that for the year was almost $12,000.
Well, 12,000?
Yeah, for a year, on the
Yeah, pay that.
$180,000 or whatever it was. So that will save us,
A lot.
I mean, we may have a penalty in there to pay it early, but it's not gonna be $12,000.
Yeah, so that's
So-
what we were thinking.
Yeah, so I was thinking, spend a chunk now, but over the 2 years, we're gonna save at least $15,000 to $20,000, I was thinking, in interest. So,
What is the interest rate in Fairfax? I didn't know,
Look,
I didn't know.
it was,
I thought it was 6% or
that
something.
was the ambulance, I'm not sure what the air packs were, they weren't that high, I think.
What, a 4.9 or 5.2?
I was thinking
Because
four
when you-
something.
when you said it, it didn't sound outrageous,
Right,
but now that you throw the numbers out there, what,
yeah, well, when you make one payment, it,
I
you know,
don't know.
12,000, it's $1,000 a month, so.
Any other questions on that?
I'm confused, to tell you the truth, a little bit, I'll figure it out, I'm just,
Well, this one is the NANA.
This is
That
NANA.
one is what we have to work on through the state in order
Well, I never
to be
thought we had-
compliant to, which was that.
yes, I
That
never
was the one
thought
that
we
was
had
posted.
to do improvements.
Capital improvement plans? Yeah.
I mean, I never saw that coming.
That's a new,
And it's gonna be every year, and you're gonna have to adopt a plan every year, and you have to do it for a 3-year. Like 2026, they consider that pretty much done, because they figure you knew what you were gonna spend in 2026, so it's already in your budget.
So we can't hide it. I mean, we can't move it, I don't mean hide it.
Right,
like,
so,
I mean,
so
move it.
legally, we're trying to do the responsible thing, I guess is the best way to say it.
Might not agree with it, but that's the way it goes.
I don't agree with it either, but unless you wanna run for governor of the state of Indiana.
Yeah, all right.
As long as it's
you
legal.
just wonder where they
I
got
asked,
some of these ideas.
yeah, I
Do
did,
you want me to
I can
sign
sign
it?
it, but we gotta.
I ran that by the township attorney today.
That was all.
Jeff said it was fine. He said, now you couldn't like take it and put it someplace else and then shift it again, because then at that point you're hiding it. So we do have a plan to use for the money, so we're,
So do we need a motion on this, or
You will
just
have to
yes
have a
or no,
motion.
or how does, okay.
you will have to have a motion on that.
I guess we need a motion if you approve it, or
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion to approve. We'll find out what appropriation number that is, but
I'll second.
I got a second, all in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. That figured out.
If you,
How do we still have them sign this, or?
Yes, they have to
Okay.
sign it.
It's just a different format.
Make sure you sign it on the right.
Anyway.
Right, don't sign the name.
Yeah.
And then Corey and I will go in there and submit the additional appropriation stuff and get it sent over tonight.
It wipes out my list.
Okay, so now
Sorry.
you need to close your regular meeting. Get a motion to adjourn your regular meeting, and,
I'll make a motion to adjourn on
well, wait,
regular.
I said that wrong. I said it right the first time. Need a motion to close the regular meeting and open the public hearing.
I make a motion that we close our regular township meeting and open the public hearing meeting on our 1926 budget.
I have,
I second that.
Dave's a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We'll call the budget meeting order, 52. So this is projected for what they gave us and what they took away from us for next year.
so number that,
Number one.
2501. The meeting is open for public comment, if anybody from the public would.
Want a copy of it? That's Amy. It is a name, Social Security and Township.
I thought so.
Seeing no questions from the public, or you can ask for a motion to close the
I got no
public
questions
hearing.
from the public, no motion to adjourn.
No, motion to close the public hearing.
Okay. Keep messing. Motion to close the public meeting. I got a motion. Dave.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Motion to open the regular meeting back up.
Motion to open the regular meeting.
I make the motion to open the regular meeting.
Motion to open the regular meeting.
So,
Second.
a couple of things we'll go over is next meeting, you will be adopting the budget. You will also be doing the salary resolution at that meeting. And as you see, we didn't put any raises in there, with them cutting stuff at the state and not knowing what House Bill 1 will do. I kinda made the budget and said, Corey, I don't think this is a good time. So, you can't advertise, you can't approve a budget any more than what's there, but you can reduce, so keep that in mind. But we're at bare minimum with what we've got in there. And then we'll take care of the other. You will probably see some transfers coming up, to make everything sound, but other than that. Rob, you have my number if you have any questions. Text me and say, hey, I'm gonna call you in 15, just so I can clear up anything I'm in the middle of. I've hung up on several people today going, I can't talk now.
I'll call you right back.
So, you can make a motion to adjourn at this point, if everybody has anything.
Good.
I'm making a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Patty, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote. Anybody? Mr. Beck? Can you speak about that?
So the 25th will be the,
Yep.
24th.
You have to use the little,
24.
the mouse pad on the.
24th, 5, the Wednesday.
Yep.
plan